All right, we have joining us on the dais Tulane head coach Lisa Stockton and Amira Mabry. For you, those of you here and listening, Amira scored 20 points on 8 of 11 shooting from the field, 4 of 6 from 3, and grabbed 7 rebounds. Coach, before we start the questions, would you give us your thoughts on tonight's game?
I'm just so proud of this team. I said yesterday, it's certainly been a challenging year in some respects. And, you know, I've said all along, I feel like we have talent. And I just feel like it's starting to really show, and they're locked in. I think they're holding each other accountable. I give Amira a lot of credit for her leadership. And I'm just really proud that they look like they're loose and having fun and really kind of playing to our potential. But we came out today and just were so focused and just kind of took over from the beginning. And it was just a lot of fun.
All right, we'll take questions from inside the room here. Please raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you.
Coach, just expound a little bit further on how they were able to just get a quick start and never look back.
Well, I was saying to my assistants, I didn't say to the players, but I think the advantage of playing the first game is that you are a little looser when you come in. I think that's good. I really challenged them defensively. Like in that first 4 minutes, I wanted to really challenge them, and they responded. Yeah, I think that's part of it. And then, you know, the communication out there was really good. It does help. You know, Charlotte's a team that we played twice, so that was easier for that quick turnaround. And I will tell you, I think Amira needs to play in Texas all the time. She's so good when she plays here, and also, your parents have to move to New Orleans, one or the other. But you know, it just was 2 really good team wins. I think you got all these people in double figures. You got Arena, who had 7 assists tonight, and you know, again, you have 20 assists on the night. It was just it was fun to watch.
Amira, Coach just mentioned it. The one thing that I've watched you all play when you all came to Rice.
Yeah, Rice came to us. Yeah, played against Rice. Yeah.
So you all didn't get to the back and forth.
We just played Rice once.
Just once.
Yeah.
But it was enough.
We'll see who's in it.
It was enough. But America, your play tonight, you know, you played like a leader tonight. Just talk about being ready to go.
Personally, I take every game as another opportunity. And I think, like, as we were getting ready to come to Fort Worth and even play this game, we just were excited, like, want to know. I think that we realized, like, it's anyone's chance, and why not be ours? And I think we had that mindset going into tonight's game, and it showed, and we ended up executing well.
Anyone else with a question, please raise your hand. Right there on the aisle.
Coach, you mentioned, 20 assists on 27 shots, and on defense, it seemed like everybody was firing on all cylinders. How important was the chemistry that your team displayed tonight, and how is that going to factor in for the rest of the tournament?
Well, I told them at half, I thought we looked like a machine on both ends of the floor. I thought the chemistry was great. So how important was it? I thought it was everything. When a team plays so unselfishly, you don't force shots. I didn't think we did that tonight. We didn't force shots. Defensively, they were just really talking and trying to take some things away from Charlotte. I mean, you look at it for the night. I mean, Charlotte shot 24%. That's a great defensive night. And we've struggled a little bit defensively. And I thought that tonight, just the communication was tremendous.
And obviously, you've got Temple coming up next. What kind of keys are you looking for out of your team? You've already seen Temple twice. Like, how does that play into the matchup tomorrow night?
Well, I say in tournament play, like, we didn't even take a shoot around today. We did everything on film today because we felt like we just needed to rest. First of all, I'm not sure about Temple yet because we just got through this one, but I think this is the players' tournament. I can move them around, but if they do what they did tonight, we got a chance. I'm glad that we got to take some people out and not play them 35 minutes like we did the other night. But, at this point, they're playing to have another night. And if they play like that, I think we can beat anybody. But we got to show up every night, and we got to really be mentally locked in. I think that's really important because we can't prepare for a team in a half a day and feel like that, we know all about them. But again, it's nice that we played them twice. We have a little familiarity to them. So.
Anybody else? Okay.
Also, I mean, for the one area that you mentioned there were a lot of areas you guys played well in. The one area you guys might have struggled in was the turnovers. You turned the ball over 19 times. Was there something that Charlotte was presenting you guys that kind of, forced you guys to turn over the ball? Was it just sloppy mistakes? What kind of happened there?
Well, we had 7 from players that we put in at the end of the game. And again, I'm just saying that I think the players that we had in that top 6 or top 7, I thought we did a pretty good job. At the end, we had 7 turnovers, kind of down the stretch there that hopefully we can prevent. It's hard for our players to sit on the bench and go in at the end of the game. I feel bad for them, and then they're pressing. So I think part of it is just to really point that out. That was a big mistake when we were at Temple. We turned over the ball too much, and I think that's why we've won these 2 games, that we've shared the ball and not tried to force things with our starters. And I think we have to do that. Temple's really playing well right now, really athletic, and we're going to have to come out with a lot of energy.
Right in the back of the aisle.
Hi. From your tournament experience, is there an advantage or disadvantage of you guys playing these last 2 nights, and then Temple has been coming in, hasn't played in over 5 days? What's your perspective on that, and what can you guys? Is the early part of that game tomorrow important when you are coming off? Temple hasn't been resting. You guys have been in a rhythm here.
Well, I don't think there's any advantage if you play 5 nights in a row. I don't know if that's any advantage at all. But, it's like I said, I think coming out tonight in that first part of the game, we probably had a little advantage because we had played last night and the rust was kind of off. I don't know. I think it's about how much you can push yourself and just how mentally tough you can be. And, we'll worry about fatigue at another time. I'm really happy that I got to rest a lot of people tonight. I can remind them that we practiced 2 hours and, then we play the next day. So it really is about the toughness and if they can fight through that. And I think Amira might get on everybody if they said they're tired. She's pretty vocal. So the sophomore's pretty vocal. But, I just think you got to be mentally tough if you want to keep playing.
Anybody else in the room with a question? Chuck? Oh, all right. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Amira.
Congratulations, Amira.
Thank you.
She's one person that gets the cowboy hat that really wants one, right? Yes. You really want a cowboy hat.